You can build your own MCP server in Relay and let Claude or ChatGPT run it straight from the chat. In this video, I'll show you how to set up an MCP that creates Gmail drafts in under 10 minutes. Check it out. Welcome back. I'm Zack from InnerDev Solutions. We help businesses streamline their processes using custom no-code tools so you can focus on what matters most. To learn more, you can visit our website, innerdevsolutions.com, or use the link in the description below. If you don't have an account already, you can create one for free using the link in the description below. We are going to go through in this video how to create that custom MCP in Relay. We're going to connect it to Claude in this case. You can also use ChatGPT. We're going to write and review the email draft in Claude, and then we're going to instruct it to create the draft within Gmail. Now you can do all of this without leaving the Claude chat. And if you spend a lot of time in ChatGPT or Claude, there's a lot of different use cases for building your own MCP, and you can make it more advanced and tailored to your workflows. Now, this workflow specifically can be taken even further if you use the native Fireflies integration or wherever you store your call notes or transcripts. That way you can create relevant follow-up emails from the call using your transcript as context. For example, you can instruct Claude to find a meeting with person X, then draft an email based off of that context, and then create the Gmail draft, all without leaving Claude. So let's get into it. Once you have your Relay account set up, from this homepage, what we can do is we'll go up here and click the drop down. Don't click new workflow. We'll click the little arrow beside it. So then we can go click MCP server, and we're going to set up our new MCP. In this case, I'm using Claude. I'm going to select Claude, name it. We can call it whatever we want. In this case, I'm going to call it create Gmail draft from Claude, or whatever you want. We'll hit save, and it's going to open up this MCP server workflow. Click on this option, view instructions, and then you'll have to click this link, and it will open up the page that we need to set up Claude. Now I'm going to go back into Relay. Don't set up anything in Claude quite yet. I'm just going to leave it within the settings and connectors view. So we're just going to allow a single client to connect. We're going to need this URL in a moment. Click add tool. Now there's some pre-built options for us based off of my connected apps and your connected apps as well. And if we go to Gmail, you'll see there's just a find emails option, but that's not what we want to do. We need to create a custom tool. We'll select this add custom tool. We need to label it. You want to be descriptive with this because this is what Claude is going to use to identify the tool to use. We're going to call this create draft in Gmail. We do need two tool inputs. And in our case, we're going to use the text option, and this is going to be email subject. Again, it's important to be descriptive with these, and we're going to use text again and email body. Now, if you wanted, you can take this even further and have it find a contact for you and use their direct email address. Or if there's some other way that you can set that up within your workflow, go ahead and you can add that in right here. If I hit save, I'll show you how to do that. Add input, you can select email address, but there needs to be some sort of process to get the email address to the system. In my case, I'm just going to create the draft, and because I'm going in to review it and make edits and send it from Gmail anyway, I'm not going to worry about it because I can easily just search up that contact name. Two things that we need: email subject, email body. And then if you add a description here, it does help the AI model determine what it needs to do. But our case, it's really simple and straightforward, and it's descriptive right here. We're just saying email subject and email body. It's going to figure it out. That is the tool name. Now we need to add a step. We're going to use Gmail. You could use Outlook as well. Click Gmail, or in this case right here, I'm just going to create draft, and this is going to be the action it needs to take. And that's the only action that we need. So we need to select who we are sending it as. You can decide if you want to include your send as Gmail signature. I'm going to leave the to blank. I'm going to leave basically everything blank except for the subject. I can hit this plus icon or use at. We'll go to the action parameters, pass in email subject, and then in the body, we're going to do the exact same thing. Action parameters, pass in the email body. And that's it. We have this all set up now. Before we go set this up in Claude, and this is an important step, you want to make sure that you have your entire workflow set up. Then you're going to go ahead and turn it on. We'll go back to view instructions, click this copy, and that's the server URL. If you need to, click this. We'll open up in Claude for you. We'll go down here and click add a custom connector, and we'll label this clearly, create draft email in Gmail. We're going to paste in that MCP URL, and then we can click hit cancel, and we can scroll down now and see this create draft email in Gmail. We have to make the connection. So we'll click connect, and it might take a minute, pop up, click allow, and now we can see the create draft email in Gmail has been set up. It's a custom connection. And if you need to change anything, you can go in and configure it. I've clicked configure, and we can see it's got write/delete tools provided to it, and it's called create draft in Gmail. That is the tool that it's going to use. Now that we have this new chat here, we're going to click this that allows us access to the tools. I'm going to turn off the one that I have set up for myself. And now we have this create draft email in Gmail. And now, as I mentioned, I have Fireflies connected as well. So I could just say something like find call from yesterday with John. You can instruct it to read and understand the transcript. And then we can say create a follow-up email based off of this call. And then it will create the draft email for us. In this case, I want to again make sure that the create draft email in Gmail is turned on. So I've just said write an email draft to John saying thanks for the call. Do not use any tools yet. I want to review the email. So we can send this and let's see what it decides to do. Okay, it has written the draft for us. We can review it. If it looks good, we can tell it to create the draft in Gmail. If not, we can make the updates required. I'm just going to now say create draft in Gmail, and we can see that it is trying to use the tool that we built within Relay. I'm going to allow access, and we can see that it has created the draft email for us. If I go back into Relay real quick, we can see that it actually did run here. If I click runs, we can see that it was successful and it created the draft, and I can open the email in Gmail directly. And once you have this set up and tested and running, chances are you're not going to have the Relay window open. If you're like me, I just have my Gmail open all the time. That way I can easily click into drafts, select the email, make any edits that are required, and send it to the person needed. If I click into my drafts now, I can see that it wrote the email. I can add in the recipient and hit send. It's ready to go and it's off. So in that case, you've successfully completed your MCP server, assuming that it's worked here. And again, you can add in additional actions. If we go back into Relay, I'm just going to disable this for a moment. We can click this tool, and if there's additional steps that you want to add within this action, you can go ahead and do that. If there's an additional tool that you want to provide to it, you can do that here as well. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tutorials in the future.